Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Disney with me video. This is part 2 of our fantasy cruise that we got back from in late January. So day 2 was a day at sea. Days at seas are pretty relaxing and a lot more going on as far as activities on the ship. So like this was the princess meet and greet. Again, social distancing, keeping everybody safe. We did go and see a movie. This was also really great for social distancing because they had every other row blocked off, and they of course had people asking you to keep 4 seats in between you and other guests. Next, after a movie, we actually went, I think we saw Encanto, and then we just had a day at the pools. Obviously our kids are too little to be in the bigger pools. This was one of the little pools, actually closer to the adult section of the ship, and nobody was there. Again, it was just so empty, not a lot of people on the ship. It was only, I think they said, at 35% capacity, so this actually worked out really well for the kids. Dinner day 2 was actually here in the what they call the royal court. It's set up, as up the princess plaza, I basically call it. And then that night they had this deck dance party, and again was absolutely phenomenal. He's got some moves, doesn't he? Better than mine. I just do the head bob. So this was actually what they call formal night. That's why, I've got the fancier ears on and everyone's dressed up a little bit. You don't have to. It's just a preference of mine. I like dressing up the family for these types of nights. This young lady here, her name was Vanessa. She was absolutely great with the kids. Little Keith loved her. Every time we saw her, she knew his name. She knew Isabel's name. And she constantly made sure she said hi. At one point, she actually passed us by while we were sitting at Royal Court the last couple of days, and she actually stopped, knocked on the window, and waved to us. That's the kind of treatment you get with Disney, and that's the kind of people they hire. This was the deck party. They had this twice, and you'll see it in part 3 as well. We just had a really good time just dancing together and, living our best family life here on the Disney cruise. So enjoy watching the rest of the deck party. Day 3, we found ourselves in Cozumel, Mexico. We've been here on previous cruises and I loved Cozumel. But the interesting thing about this particular cruise is I'm assuming we were docked at a separate port, because the last time we were here, it was obviously totally different as far as where we walked out onto. Not a lot of shopping going on. I don't know if it was because of the recent events in the world, but a lot of these places were closed down. I don't know if we got off too early. I'm not sure what happened, but it just wasn't a lot going on. The kids were not able to get off on any of the ports except Castaway Cay. That's just right now Disney's protocol because they're not vaccinated. They're too young. So we just flip-flopped with my parents. We went in the morning and they stayed with them. And then when we came back, they got off. This was Pirates Night. That's why Mickey and Minnie are dressed up a little bit. Pirates Night is always super fun as far as, people dressing up. It's always great. You see so many guests dressing up and taking all of these things to the nth degree. And although I'm not quite there yet, I'm almost positive I will be. This was before dinner, another princess meet and greet, keeping everybody safe and, everybody just looking out for one another. You can take pictures as well. You can have Disney take pictures, whichever you want. We found ourselves back in Animator Palette this day, and was cool again about Animator Palette, they not only had, on day one, they had, of course, the show with Crush and the Finding Nemo group, but this day you actually got to draw some characters, and then through Disney Magic, they put them up on the screen to some music. So I hope you enjoy watching a little bit of these clips.
I saw.
Day 4 was at Costa Maya, Mexico. We have never been here, and I will say I kind of prefer Costa Maya? I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but I actually prefer this port over Cozumel this round. I liked Cozumel before, but just this round, this was different. Again, kids couldn't get off, so we just did a flip-flop with my parents. They actually went out first this time, and then when they came back, we switched. This is the Oceaneers Club, Oceaneers Lab, one of the two. They have two names for kids clubs. And they had an open house at 8:30, which means anybody can come in and take a look. It's only for 3 to 12-year-olds, so that's why little Keith wasn't able to get in there anytime before that. So I just wanted to see how he would do. Right now, he's a huge fan of Toy Story. So they have Andy's room, which he was in quite a bit. There's a section for Star Wars, as you can see here. There's a Tinkerbell section right here. This is Pixie Hall, I want to say it's called. I think this is where they do a lot of crafts. But again, with everything going on, there wasn't a lot sitting out. And then they have the Marvel Academy, which, of course, my husband and I are into Marvel, but the kids have no idea. He just was enjoying running around. Here we are back in Andy's room. This was kind of just what he liked doing that day. And actually, they had an open house every single day, so that's what we did. You'll notice in a couple of the other videos, we're back here each time. They had games you could play on the huge floor, which was a lot of fun. I just really like, it's just a different cruise with kids. I've cruised single, I've cruised being married, and I've cruised with kids. And especially with Disney, it's just a totally different feeling. All of the cruise experiences I've had have been fantastic. It's just absolutely different with kids. And if you're parents, you get what I'm saying. So I'm just going to show you a couple of videos of Costa Maya, and I hope you enjoy seeing the beautiful view of this beautiful, beautiful city. This was actually after dinner, and they were having a fireworks display this night because the next day was Star Wars Day at Sea.
I warn you that anyone who is part of the Rebel Alliance will be considered a traitor. If you become an enemy of the Empire, do not look to the rebellion to protect you.
So that was the kickoff to Star Wars Day at Sea. If you are a Disney fan or you're a Star Wars fan and you're thinking of cruising or you have cruised in the past, just an FYI, my understanding is there are no longer going to be any Star Wars Day at Sea, so this was pretty special to see. I hope you enjoyed part 2 of this video. Please make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every single time I'm uploaded, and like this video if you did. I hope to see you again for part 3. Check me out on Instagram as well to check on everything we do on a daily basis. Bye guys.